Hey guys, Steve Renton here, and I am super excited about tonight. The training we've got for you today is something a little bit different and really powerful. Now, there's a fellow marketer I've been watching who's done some amazing things when it comes to growing their business, building lists and making money. And he recently mentioned something completely different he's been doing to drive targets and get leads and produce boatloads of income. And I mean crazy money, like over $7 million without a website, a product or sales copy. And what's super cool is this powerful strategy gets him a flood of cheap leads as well. So I wanted to bring him on and show us what he's up to and how he's able to produce so much revenue. This guy's name is Bob Patrick, and he's one of those guys who's always experimenting with new online traffic and sales strategies behind the scenes. No regurgitated guru stuff, in the trenches, doing his own stuff and killing it. So I've convinced him to come on, share these strategies with you and teach you how to do this for yourself. So how does that sound? Would you like to learn these strategies and figure out exactly what Bob's doing? Yeah, I thought you'd say that. All right, without further delay, over to you, Bob.
Hey, Steve. Thank you so much for that introduction and for being here on the webinar with me. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to be here and for bringing all of your fantastic students to join us on this webinar. You see, today I want to give you guys a ton of value, and I want to even teach you something that you may not have ever heard about before. So give me a couple seconds. I want to set everything up here and oh, okay. Yeah. So I just saw a comment in the chat box come in that my voice may sound a little strange. So I'm going to plug in my other microphone. Give me 1 sec to do that. And then we're going to kick this off and I'm going to teach you guys this amazing underground system that I've been using to bring in ridiculous numbers over the past few years. And I'm going to share it all with you momentarily. Just give me 1 sec to plug in my mic and then we'll get it going. Now, this is all about how I did everything wrong and still made over $1,014,923 using this system. It's unbelievably exciting stuff, guys. Additionally, I also made $39,806 in a single month using this system on a little side project I had. And now you may think that $1 million number is huge, and guess what? It is. But this is a great number that almost anybody out there, I'm sure, will be super happy to have in a month, and it's something that you can absolutely do for yourself. I was doing $6,000 days, guys. These are big numbers, but this is definitely within your wheelhouse. Doesn't matter what you know, what experience you have, you can do numbers like this. All right. I also made over $10,326 in a single day, taking an account from absolutely zero to that huge number. Right. Now, additionally, I took another account just to show people I could and bounced it up to over $8,000 in under a week. Now, look, like I said before, you got to log into the webinar. We're waiting for everyone to get their spots. And once they do, we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this for yourself, because this system makes these type of numbers really achievable for people just like you, anybody without any experience, without any knowledge, without any technical ability. Here's another example. This is $1,890 in a single day. Now, again, you might think I'm going down the numbers, guys, but I want to tell you that almost any level of success is possible with this system. So if you were worried that maybe you can't shoot for $39,000 a month to begin with, well, I guarantee you can shoot for an $1,800 day and you can make it happen. Or how about this? Spreading it out. This was a small side account I had. I did over $11,800 over the course of a month, right? Now you may think, Bob, why were you showing me $1 million screenshots and now you're showing me an $11,000 screenshot? Because I want to show you the range of what's possible. Sure, I've made over $1 million, but you can definitely make these numbers. I mean, you were making $11,800 a month. What is that? Nearly 12 grand a month, 12 months a year. That's $144,000 a year. Let's round it down to, 120 after taxes. Would you be happy with $120,000 a year off of taxes, working just a few minutes a day? I know I would be if I wasn't making millions. But with this system, you could definitely shoot for these numbers. This is just, this is a few $100s a day, folks. This is not a difficult amount of money to make with the system I'm about to show you. Let's go see another one. Whoa. Let's go see another one. All right. Here's one. $13,611. This was just about over the course of a week. This is kind of a different angle that I took on the system. Used some different type of offers to go with it. And I was hitting really great numbers for a week. That number extrapolated out over a month. Well, can you do the math? Well, it would take me a couple minutes, but what is that? 40, 50? Yeah, it's about $50,000 a month. That's a pretty solid month just about for anyone out there, right? I personally, that'd be a low month for me. But for you, do you think you could do $50,000 a month and be pretty happy with it? What is that, $600,000 a year? That's good money. And you can do it with a system that I'm about to show you on this webinar. Now, we're still waiting for people to get their spots, so I got a couple more of these we're going to go through real quick. I want to show you what's possible. These are all different angles that I took to get to these values, guys. You can see they're screenshots from different systems that I've used with my system that I'm about to show you all about to make really great money online. Okay, here's another one. Now, this one's really exciting because this one's actually $96,145 over the course of a single year. Now, that number is the type of salary that almost anybody would be tremendously happy with. But here's the kicker on this one, guys. I literally set it and forgot it. I left this running for, I would say, maybe 11 months. Probably not a full year. But I basically left it running in the background, and I checked on it at the end of the year, and I was simply blown away by what it brought in. Now, am I going to guarantee you guys you're going to make $100,000 doing absolutely nothing? No. I'm not here to trick you, rip you off, nothing. I'm here to show you a system that'll work for you if you work it. Makes sense, right? You got to do something to make something. So, if you want to take advantage of this, get your spot. I know some folks are still getting their spots right now. The spots are filling up. We are about to kick this off live. All right. I got a couple more I want to show you before we get this started. I think there's a couple more people that are waiting to get their spots before we're all filled up. Next up, $791,875 over the course of a year. Now look, guys, again, these big numbers I'm showing you are the kind of numbers that I look for when I'm evaluating how I've done. But it's entirely possible for you to do similar numbers. And the exciting thing is, it's not that hard. I'm going to show you exactly how we make this type of money. Last year, we had a trial run of this webinar. I opened it up and let in a very select group of people. And the exciting thing is, I didn't know how it was going to go. Really, I'd never done this before. I had never shared my system for making money online before, and I had never trained anybody else before, and simply it's not what I do. But the results that some of the students that I let in last year have been amazing. And actually, one of them is going to join us later in this webinar because this kid, Peter from Rochester, New York, he just had a $1,600 day. And so I invited him to join us on the webinar a bit later and tell us his story and exactly how he got there. Now's the time. Let's focus in because I've taken the system from last year and I've optimized it. I've fine-tuned it. I made it more robust. The training's even better. And now I'm finally ready to let a few more people in. Are you going to be one of them? Let's see. Let's start with the big picture because this is all about tapping into a system that connects virtually everybody in the world. And it has absolutely nothing to do with any of these companies. Google, Twitter, Yahoo, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Bing has nothing to do with any of them. And it also doesn't have anything to do with any Forex trading or binary options or any of that other what amounts to online gambling, guys. Look, I don't want you to build your business on the back of any big company that can change the rules and swipe the carpet out from under you. I also don't want you to try and make money trading on the markets. Hey, guess what? You don't know how to trade on the markets. If you're looking online to try to trade on the markets, you're going up against billion-dollar companies, people who do it for a living. And if you don't make money, they make money. So they're fighting you for every single dollar. Don't buy into it, folks. Binary options, it's just gambling. And you know what? When you gamble, the odds are never in your favor. Now that you know what this doesn't have to do with, look, it makes this kind of money, guys. Over $96,000 in a year on autopilot, over $11,000 in a week, over $39,000 over the course of a month, over $1,800 in a single day, up to $10,000 a day from an account starting at zero, over $1 million in a single year, and over $790,000 in another year. And the reason I'm showing you these numbers, guys, is not to brag, but to show you that it's possible to make this kind of money online. And as you'll soon see, if a guy like me with no experience who only sold soap for a living can do these kinds of numbers, anyone, including you, can make a comfortable living online with the system that I'm about to share with you. Now that you've seen what I've done in the past, what I've done today is gone out and I've set up the system to run right before this webinar. And so throughout this webinar, we're going to go and we're going to check in and see how much money I've made off of this single campaign using this system. So let's go check the stats. All right. And honestly, you're not going to believe how easy and simple it is. It blows me away how easy it is to do and how much money comes in. So we're going to go check the stats now. We're going to see how it does, and then we'll jump back in. All right, let's give me one sec here. I'm going to just switch this over. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick refresh here on the stats. And what are we at? Okay, so just in the last, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes, I've made $48 off my first few clicks. That doesn't sound like a ton of money, folks, but just wait, because that number is going to skyrocket over the course of this webinar. So let's jump back in. I'm going to keep going, and we'll check back in here in just a few minutes and see how quickly this amount grows. Now that you've seen how much we've made so far today in just a few minutes right before I started this webinar, you know what the best part is? All that money I made, it didn't cost me a dime. I didn't have to pay for any traffic. I didn't have to gamble any money on Forex or binary. It didn't cost me a dime to make that revenue. But guys, I've got a big confession. I want to get it out of the way because you know what? I'm a no BS type of guy. I want to be really straightforward with you. I have an advantage. That's right. I got these results because I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm doing. But guess what? You wouldn't be on this webinar and listen to me if I didn't know what I'm doing. But don't worry, because I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. And honestly, it ends up being really simple. And I'm going to give you every tool you need to succeed. Because my number one goal, guys, is to make this easy for you. Okay. What are we going to cover today? Let me answer that right away so you know what's coming up and you can get excited about it. First thing is, you've already seen, we're going to watch the system make money live during this webinar. We're going to be going back and checking those stats on a regular basis to see how they go up, up, and up. Next, we're going to learn the 3 easy steps to make money with the system. I'm going to show you exactly each step. I'm going to explain it to you in detail so you know exactly what to do. And finally, I'm going to give you the opportunity to start using the system to generate results for yourself starting today. So, are you guys excited? Are you ready to get going? If so, in the chat box, hit me up with a message, say, yes, you're ready to get going. Yes? Yeah? All right. Fantastic, guys. Everyone's really excited to get going. So, first things first. This system is very easy. But more important than how easy it is are these 5 key principles that apply to the system and apply to any real business that you should be looking to build online. When I was out there trying to figure out what to do, how to make money online, these are the 5 things I learned were by far and away the most important. First and foremost, this system is very predictable. It's not like gambling where things go up and down on binary or Forex. You never know what's going to happen next. If you start making $10 a day with this system, you can be pretty sure you're going to make $10 every single day after that. When you start making $100 a day, you can be pretty sure you're going to be making $100 a day after that. There's no up and down. There's no external variables that could negatively impact you. It's predictable. And I don't know about you, but I like predictable revenue. I want to see my money coming in every day consistently. I don't want to have huge ups and downs and losses and wins. I want to know what's coming and be able to bank on it. Because hell, how are you going to pay your rent, your mortgage, your car note? Unless you know you're getting that money in every day. All right. Next, it's rapidly scalable. So if and when you start making $10 a day, it's easy to scale up to making $100 a day. If you go out there and you try to do things like buy ads online, you have to spend a whole lot more money to make more money. Or if you're trying some weird trick that you learned in a $7 ebook, yeah, you may be able to trick it into getting you $23 a day for a week, but to make it get to $100 a day or $500 a day or $1,000 a day, it's impossible. I wanted a system that you can scale up. You learn how to use it, you start making some money, and you can scale it up, and it's consistently and rapidly scalable without having to spend a ton of money to make it better. Next, it's long term. Guys, this is not a fly-by-night, flash-in-the-pan, get-rich-quick scheme. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in building real businesses online that are long-term. Because again, you know, if something's only going to last a month, what good is it? You need something that's going to be able to pay your rent this year, next year, and 10 years. You know, you want to be able to pay off that car. You want to be able to pay down your mortgage, pay off your credit card debt. You need something long-term, not flash in the pan. And so look, if you need $1 million tomorrow, I can't help you. But if you want a system that's going to pay you day in, day out for the long term, this is it. Next up, and this may be the most important one, it's competition free. And what I'm saying there is, guys, the competition does not affect you. So a lot of other things you do, if there's competition, they're going to either drive up your costs or make you lose money. So if you're out there doing binary options or betting on Forex and other traders are betting against you and they can move the markets in ways that you can't, that competition can take you down. If you're buying ads online, Google pay-per-click, whatever the case may be, if you have a competitor, you have to pay more to get on top of them in the search listings. With this system, the competition doesn't matter. No one can take your system down. No one can cause you to make less money. And that's huge, guys, because think of it this way. If competition mattered, why would I share this with you? And the reality is, I'm only sharing it with you because if you succeed, it doesn't hurt me at all. Honestly, it just makes me really happy. And it plays into my grand plan, which I'll tell you about at the end of this webinar, which is really the exciting thing this is all about. The reason that I've opened this up for folks just like you to get in on this system and learn how to build real online businesses. And finally, and probably even more important than competition free, this system is highly profitable. And that's a really key point, guys, because a lot of online businesses, you can make money, but it takes a whole hell of a lot of money to make a real amount of money. If you want to go on Google AdWords and make $100,000 a year, you're probably going to have to spend $500,000 on ads to make $100,000 in profit. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to go out there and spend $500,000 just to make $100,000. And that's if you're really good at it. That's a 20% return. Guys, this system, once you get it up and running, your day-to-day costs are super low and your return on that investment is super high. It's really, really profitable. Every dollar you spend, you can make back $10, $20, $30 if you're doing it right. And so you have to keep that in mind. All 5 of these points, when you're evaluating the type of business you want to get into and how you want to make money online, these 5 points are key. If it doesn't fit all 5, chances are it's not the right type of business for you to get into. Fortunately, you're on this webinar now, and this is exactly the type of business that I'm about to teach you. Now, not only is it hit all 5 of those points, but just about anybody can do this business. You're never going to have to talk to anyone on the phone. You're never going to have to make phone calls. I personally hate making phone calls. I don't want to do sales calls. So you're never going to have to talk to anyone on the phone with this system. You never have to sell anything. You're going to have to go around selling Tupperware or God knows what to your friends and family. Leave them alone. This has nothing to do with them, and you don't have to worry about that. You're also not going to have to make a product. You're not going to have to make a website. You're not going to have to do customer support. And you're not going to have to process payments. You only collect checks in the mail or wire transfers or PayPal, however you want it. But you don't have to worry about merchant accounts or credit card terminals or any stuff like that. And my favorite is you're never going to have to keep up with changes from Facebook or Google or mobile ad networks or anything of the like. You know what you never have to do. The best part is the system automates nearly everything. And you can run it in 10 to 25 minutes per day. Now look, I didn't have a lot of time before the webinar, so I set one campaign. And that was a campaign we checked in on earlier. Let's check back in on it now and see how well we've done just in the last 10 minutes. All right, let's go check the stats. Let's see how quickly the campaign has grown while you've been on the webinar. One sec here. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the stats here. Boom. And we are up to $160 for this campaign. And this has only been going on for probably less than 20 minutes right now, guys. So this is just a little glimpse into what's possible using this system. We're going to check back on these stats a little bit later, but let's jump back into the presentation right now. Hey guys, my name is Bob Patrick, and I'm here in Kyoto, Tokyo at the Golden Temple. Probably one of my favorite places in the world. I mean, A, it's beautiful. B, it's literally covered in gold. Pretty spectacular. In any case, I wasn't always like this, traveling around the world, happy as a clam. I actually come from some pretty humble beginnings, and it's somewhat embarrassing to share my story with you, but I used to sell soap. You see, I graduated from college with kind of crummy grades, and the only job I could get out of college was driving door to door selling soap. I was driving all around New Jersey, and I'd go to every little small market and try to get them to put my soap on their shelves. Of course, it wasn't really my soap. It was the soap for the big company I was working for. And it's not Colgate, and I wasn't selling Octagon soap, but I just thought this packaging looked cool. But what you need to understand, guys, is I'm not some techie. I'm not some whiz kid. I was a soap salesman. And it was terrible. I don't know if you think selling soap sounds fun. It's not fun. It sucked. And I got into a bit of trouble. You see, it was back in the real estate boom. And the crazy thing was, even with my tiny salary for my soap selling job, I was able to buy a little 3-family building. I had read all these books on real estate. I thought I was going to be a big mogul. I got this building and they gave me a huge mortgage for it. I was $400,000 in debt right out of college, crummy job. But I thought this building was going to save my life. It was going to be my big dream. Well, guess what? It was an anchor around my neck. Ended up being the building, nothing worked in it. My boiler broke. The electrical system was no good. I was in the middle of the winter with no heat, and I couldn't get tenants, so I couldn't pay my mortgage. Eventually, I had to move out of the building and onto this couch at my friend's house. And I'll always thank my friend, and I've been really generous towards him after the fact because he put me up on this couch you see right here for 6 months. While I was dead broke, I lost my soap selling job, and I was stuck with this building that was falling apart. I was $400,000 in debt and basically homeless, guys. And my friend, he did something for me that was amazing. He got me a job. And you know what? To this day, I'm still tremendously grateful to him. Not only for letting me sleep on his couch, but for getting me a job. Problem was, the job was kind of crummy. It was an office job. Chances are, it was a job like most of you on this webinar right now have or had. I sat in this little cubicle all day, every day, and I took phone calls from angry clients of the business I was at. Basically, I was paid to let people yell at me, and I couldn't do anything to really help them. I just had to take their complaints and pass them along. It was soul-sucking. Now, I made a decent salary. It was okay, but simply put, it just drove me nuts. I hated it. But everything changed once when I got sent to a conference in Las Vegas, which sounds exciting, but honestly, they were putting me up at Circus, which if you haven't been to Circus or Vegas, don't go to Circus. It's terrible. It is as bad as it sounds. But while I was there, my life changed because I was put on just a small piece of information. You see, I was sitting at the bar waiting for my room to be ready because of course they don't get the cheap rooms ready on time. And I hear a ridiculous engine in a car pull up. So I turn around and sure enough, there's a bright yellow Lamborghini pulling up into the driveway. And this young guy, no older than me, hops out of the car, kind of dressed like a bum, baggy jeans and a big t-shirt, tosses the keys to the valet and saunters into the bar, sits down a couple seats from me. And I'm there in my crummy business casual wear, super uncomfortable, but I gotta look good for the clients. And I see this guy swag in with his friggin' Lamborghini and sits down. And you know what? I looked at him, I said, why isn't that me? Why can't I change my life to be like this guy? And I did something that honestly was out of character for me. I went over to him and I introduced myself and I said, hey, what's up, man? I'm Bob. I saw your car. What do you do? Are you like a big time gambler? Can you give me some tips on how to make some money on blackjack or something? Well, what he told me shocked me because he wasn't a gambler. He was an online businessman. He told me he had figured out how to make great money online using Google AdWords. Now, I don't know if some of you guys know Google AdWords or not, but whenever you do a Google search, you see those little ads on the side there? That's Google AdWords. And that's how Google went from being a tiny little company to being the second biggest tech company in the world. The people pay for those ads and they make billions off of it. And he had figured out a way to pay 50 cents for an ad and make $1 every time someone clicked on it. Well, suffice it to say, I was tremendously interested in what he was doing. Now, of course, he didn't give me any of his secrets. He just gave me the idea. But I did probably what you've done. I went home and I started searching. And I bought everything I could get my hands on. I was working in this crummy office 12 hours a day, and I'd come home and 4 hours every night, I would search and try to find information on how to make money online. And guess what? I figured it out a bit. I finally had some success online. I bought all these training products. I went on Google and I was making a bit of money. I was making, $25, $50 a day. sometimes even $100 a day. It was really up and down. And what I realized was I had to spend a lot of money to make that money. So to make $100 a day, I had to put $300 or $400 on my credit card. So I decided, you know what? If I want to make a real go of this, I got to go all the way. So I ordered a bunch of credit cards. I pulled them all up. I spent $30,000 on ads, guys. And I was set to make a ton of money. But Google changed the rules. Basically, Google changed the rules on how people could advertise in AdWords. And I went from making, $100 off of every $300 or $400 I spent to making zero. But I was still stuck with over $30,000 in credit card debt from my AdWords campaigns. Honestly, guys, it destroyed me. And here's the honest truth. You should never build your business off the back of another company. Because what I was doing was trying to just siphon off some money from Google. And guess what? They're smarter than me. I'm okay admitting it. They're smarter than me. They're smarter than you. They get all the smartest people in the world to make sure that things like that don't happen. If I can make $100 off of every 300, they want to make that $100. It's in their interest to keep that money for themselves. So they change the rules to suit them. And this goes for all the other big companies you may have heard of how to work with to make money. Google, Facebook, Bing, Pinterest, whatever the case may be, YouTube. If you have to build your business off the back of some other big company, it's not a long-term business. They can change the rules and rip the carpet out from under you. But here's the thing. It was the best thing that ever happened to me because it forced me to figure out an online business where nobody could ever change the rules and take it away from me. Now, that was over 5 years ago. And in those 5 years, I figured out the business system that I'm going to share with you today. And what got me all of the results you saw earlier. And what's making the money on the live campaign stats that I showed you just a few minutes ago. But before we go into the system itself, I want to show you guys just a little bit of what my life is like today. More often than not, this is what my office looks like. Here I was in beautiful Koh Lanta, Thailand. I was hanging out at this unbelievable resort, basically had the beach to myself, and they had Wi-Fi on the beach. So I could check in, do a bit of work, and then catch some rays and go swimming. It's beautiful. I also got to go down to the World Cup in Brazil. I got to see 7 matches. I was there for 3 weeks with 2 of my best friends. We saw the best games. If you're not a soccer fan, think of it as like the Super Bowl of soccer. It was incredible. Best experience of travel, for sports at least, in my entire life. I also love to surf. So I've been surfing everywhere in the world that has great waves. This is me in Indonesia, in Bali, which is renowned for its amazing surfing. Now, I like to surf, but I'm not a great surfer. If you could tell, I got a really big board there. The bigger the board, the less skill the surfer has. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm a great surfer, but man, is it fun. In the wintertime, I love snowboarding. This is me at Vail. Every year, me and my buddies rent a big house for 2-3 weeks. We get out there and we can snowboard as much as we want. I've been snowboarding all around the world as well. I've been snowboarding obviously in the Rockies, in the Andes down in South America, in the Alps in Northern Europe, in the Pyrenees in Southern Europe. I haven't made it to the Himalayas yet, but that's on my bucket list. I'm going to make that happen sooner rather than later. Here I am on a private boat on my honeymoon going to a private island in the Philippines. And this actually wasn't that expensive a trip, but what it's all about is my business allows me the freedom to take a 3-week honeymoon and it's no problem. And instead of having to get on a boat with a whole bunch of other people, we just rented the whole boat because we didn't want to deal with other people. We wanted to go and come as we saw fit. And that's what we were able to do. Here's a picture of me in Barcelona where I've spent a bunch of time because I love the soccer team, FC Barcelona. And if you may not know them, but they're probably the best team in the world. And so I'm able to go out, fly from New York and catch a few games live every year because, hey, it's not that much money and I've got all the time that I want to spend in the world. Flipping back to my honeymoon, here's where we were in Singapore at what very well may be the most spectacular hotel on the planet. It's a 5-star hotel and it's got these 3 towers and above. You see that surfboard kind of hanging out on the 3 towers at the top? That whole thing is gargantuan infinity pool, 57 stories up in the air. As you can see, it is spectacular. We spent a ton of time there just chilling, drinking pink drinks. I think it was a watermelon, a little something extra in it, and having an absolutely amazing time. And this was all thanks to my business and campaigns just like the one that I sent earlier today. So let's hop back in, see exactly how much money we've made so far with this campaign. All right, I'm going to hit a refresh here. I know it's refreshing in the background. All right, we are up to $336 in under an hour for this one campaign I sent out right before you jumped on this webinar, guys. This is the type of money that you can make when you get this system really dialed in. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that in this training and inside our members area. Okay, so we'll check back on this again a little bit later in the webinar. Let's get back to it and keep going. All right, so now you've seen how much money we've made. Let me tell you exactly what this system is. This system is all about commercial email marketing. And this is like nothing you've ever heard of before as far as email marketing or online business is concerned. This is on another level, guys, and I want to share it all with you right now. We're going to go through the 3 easy steps to making money with this business. First thing you're going to do is get email leads. The second thing you're going to do is send emails to those leads. And the third thing you're going to do is make money when those people open and click on those emails. It really is just 3 steps to profits. Step 1, get email leads. And when I say email leads, I mean email addresses. See, when you collect a list of email addresses, you have a tremendously valuable asset. And Omar has done an amazing job of giving you guys the foundation of how to start building your list and start making money online. Now, I'm going to show you how you can accelerate that process and get a big list nearly instantly. So the first thing you need to remember is that building a list of email leads can be very time consuming. And honestly, it's going to require effort and patience to grow. And that's part of any business, guys. It isn't, a terrible thing. It's simply how a business goes. In the beginning, if you're doing things a certain way, sometimes it's going to take time and patience to get to where you want to go. And depending on how you try to build your list, it can also be expensive. If you're going out there and buying pay-per-click ads, depending on the market you're in and what you're trying to do, it can be very, very expensive to build that list. Now, I know a lot of what Omar teaches will give you guys some shortcuts to really, get past those initial challenges. I want to tell you guys about the 2 methods that I use in my business to build huge lists very quickly and very easily. All right. The first method is called renting and managing email leads and lists. And what this is, guys, is you go out and you cut deals with people who have email lists. And you basically tell them, look, if you're not doing anything with your list, give it to me. I'm going to use it in this system. I'm going to make profits from it. And then I'll share the profits with you, the list owner. So here's a concrete example. Say you go to a guy who owns a gym and he collects email addresses of everyone who signs up for the gym or everyone who's interested in the products and services the gym has to offer. You go to him and you say, hey, are you using your email list? And he says, well, we send out our monthly calendar of classes and stuff. That's all we do with it. And you say, all right, send me your list. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send promotions of product and services that they'd be interested in. And when people buy those products and services, we're going to make money and we'll split the profits. And so cutting deals like this, guys, is really easy. And it requires no money up front to get started. And you can have a list of 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, hell, 1 million people overnight without a single dime out of pocket. Now, here are the things about it that are important to know. It's moderately profitable. Because you have to split the profits with the owner of the list that you're renting it from or managing it, well, your profits are limited there. You have to share your profits. It's still great because you're not putting any money up front for it. Additionally, you do have to know the right people or know a good system for finding people to rent lists from. That's something I share inside our members area in the full training. Now, also, you may end up renting lists where other people are using the list as well. So it may not be as effective as the third method I'm about to teach you. And finally, it can be slow to get started. You got to go out there, you got to cut the deals, you got to get them to sign an agreement. It's not difficult, but it does take time. And of course, you still have to split the profits. And that's not ideal in my book. So this third method is what I do. I go out there and I buy email leads. I buy lists of email of people who are interested in receiving and have agreed to receive third-party products and promotions. And guess what, guys? This is massively profitable. Because here's the reality. There are a ton of guys out there that have businesses that generate tons of leads, and they may want to make some extra money by selling those leads. I know it sounds crazy, but emailing leads simply isn't a part of most businesses' plans. So I go out there and I buy leads cheap off of those types of people, and I make money off them long term while keeping 100% of the profits. This is important, guys. I pay once, and then I get to use them long term, and I keep all the profits. And here's how it's risk-free. Because they will give you a small list to start for free, to test it. You go to somebody who sells leads, and you say, hey, look, I'm interested in buying leads from you. I want to test a small number of them. They give you the test. If it does well for you, then you go out there and you use the money that you made to buy more. So if it doesn't work out for you, you can walk away. No hard feelings, no money spent. And guys, this is so profitable. And it's honestly crazy. Just imagine if Google gave you free ads to test and see if you can make money. I remember when I was doing AdWords, I have to run up $500,000 on my credit card just to see if something works. Nowadays, I can go out there and I can test all the different sources of leads I want, nearly 100% free, until I find the best leads that work for me, and then I only pay for those leads that I know will be profitable, instead of spending a bunch of money on Google or Facebook or anything else, just hoping that they'll work for you. And honestly, guys, this is why nobody talks about this business and why you're hearing about it from me for the first time. Because if you can go somewhere, spend a penny and make $1, how many times would you do it? See, what blows me away is that I have leads that I bought years ago that are still making me money to this day. I paid for them 2 years ago, and I still make money off of them every single day. And there are a bunch of companies out there who sell leads, and I've made a ton of money with them over the years. And from all these companies I've worked with, I'm going to put you in touch with the absolutely best ones. Because buying email leads is massively profitable. You can get really fast results. You can go buy leads tonight and start making money from them tomorrow or even later tonight. You can start small, which I know is always a big concern for people getting started. You don't need to spend $5,000 to see if it works. You can buy lists very small, and you can do them with no risk by getting test lists, making sure they work for you, and then scaling up. And my favorite part, you buy once and you can profit from them forever. Here's the exciting thing, guys. I'm going to give you 5,000 email leads at the end of this webinar. It's really exciting, and I'm so excited to help you guys get a jump start on your commercial email marketing business. So, who wants their 5,000 leads? Chime in the chat box. Let me know if you want your 5,000 leads. Yes, of course. Please. Give me. Yeah, guys. I know everyone wants their leads. This is really exciting. So, we're going to do that at the end of the webinar. But on to step 2, sending the emails. And here's the thing. If you've tried to build a business online or done any research about it so far, chances are you've heard of these companies. GetResponse, iContact. These are all called email service providers or autoresponder companies. And they are great if you're trying to build a list nice and slow. And I use them for that purpose myself. But if you want to buy leads, if you want to manage leads, if you want to take your business up to the real level to be a commercial email marketing business, you can't use these because none of these services are going to let you import your leads into them. None of them are going to allow you to go out there and buy a list and use it on their service. And even if they did allow you to do it, they're unbelievably expensive for big lists. You're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to mail your big lists with these services, and it won't be profitable. So you can't use any one of these. And that's what I ran into when I started this business. I figured out how to buy leads and rent lists, and I had all of them, but I didn't have any way to actually send emails to them. All these services kicked me off. Here's what I did. I went out there and I borrowed $25,000 and I built my own commercial email marketing system. I had my back to the wall, but I knew one thing, that the guys who were successful with this had their own systems and were making a killing with it. And they weren't about to share them. So I went out there and built my own. I had to hire developers. I went through a whole bunch of different teams. It was a nightmare. But the end result is the system that I use every single day to profitably run my business. So here's what the system is all about. It's called Power Mail Pro. And when you sign up and get your account today, you're going to be able to send 1 million emails per month. You're going to be able to use your purchased or rented email lists and leads. You're going to be able to upload an unlimited number of leads, have an unlimited number of lists, and have an unlimited number of campaigns. You're going to get detailed reports of your results, so you know exactly what's working and exactly what you can improve upon. You're going to get my built-in, and I would patent it, but patents are really expensive, profit optimization system that shows you exactly where you can make the most money with your lists. And you're going to get, and on top of all that, the system automatically identifies your absolutely most profitable leads and surface them for you so that you can make even more money with them. So that's what you can do with the system. Now, what my team does with the system is I went out there and I connected it to all of the biggest email players. We're not dependent on any of these guys, but you get your email into Yahoo, into Hotmail, into Outlook, into MobileMe, into AOL, into Inbox.com, and into Gmail. We connect to all of them and make sure that your messages that you make money off of get delivered to people's inboxes. And here's the thing, guys. With all the other commercial email marketing platforms out there, and there are some, but they're designed for big companies with entire tech departments to run them. When I was trying to do it myself, I had to hire a ton of people to run it. So I had to build a team. And now my team runs all the tech stuff for me. And guess what? When you join PowerMail Pro, my tech team is going to take care of everything for you as well. You're not going to have to install anything. You're not going to have to configure anything. You're not going to have to do any maintenance. The system runs 24/7, and it's going to run on your PC or your Mac or your Android phone or your iPhone or your iPad. When I travel, I do most of my work right from my iPhone. Wherever I am in the world, I just tap a few keys. I keep my business up and running. I make sure I'm still making money. It works anywhere you live. And guess what? If you don't live in the US, it's a bonus, because if you know another language, you can promote in other languages and make an absolute killing. So if you're in the US, it's great. Hey, I'm in the US. I promote people in the US in English, and you've seen the numbers I do. But if you're outside the US, don't worry. You can also promote to people in the US, and you can promote to people in your own countries or other countries in your language and make a ton of money as well. So now that you know what PowerMail Pro does, let's jump in and talk about how we actually make the money with this system. What I want to do is I want to give you a few examples of what I call ridiculous money promotions. And when I say it's ridiculous, it's because it's crazy. It's the only on the internet could you get paid this much money for having people do so little. And so what I want to tell you what these promotions are, you're going to go out there and there's websites where these promotions are listed. They're called CPA networks or affiliate networks. You're going to find a promotion you think looks good or one that I recommend you use. Then you're going to get it. You're going to copy and paste it, and you're going to put it into PowerMail Pro. Paste it into there. Then you send your campaign to your list of email leads, and the campaign is going to send one email to each person on your list with the promotion you selected. Those people are going to open their emails, they're going to click on them, and then when they fill out the promotion, you get paid by the CPA or affiliate network. It really is copy and paste, click send, easy. You can do this, guys. I've really tried to make it as easy as possible. Now I want to show you just how much money you can make with these simple little emails. All right, here's one. This is an iPhone survey where people say what version of the iPhone they like the most, and they can get a free iTunes gift card simply for selecting it and entering their email address. And here's the thing, guys. When they do that, you get paid $1.75 for each email that's entered there. How hard do you think it would be to get someone to enter their email for a free iTunes gift card? Everyone loves an iTunes gift card. It's really easy. Now, $1.75 may not sound like a lot of money, but it's really easy to get a lot of people to do this. 100 signups a day, that's $175 a day. That's a really good living. What is that? Nearly $5,000 a month? I'm sure a ton of people will be really happy with $5,000 a month. And that's just getting a few people a day to give you an email address for an iTunes gift card. Or you can go the high-end route. Here is an application for a loan where I get paid $96 every time someone fills out the application. They don't need to get the loan. All they need to do is fill it out. And you guys know, everybody's always looking for a loan. People always want to borrow money. This is a no-brainer. It's so easy And I make a ton of money off of applications like this day in, day out. Or you can give people free samples. So here you can get a free sample of a skincare product, and I get paid $36 every time someone takes a free trial of one of these products. There's 70 million baby boomers in America who all want to look young. How hard do you think it is to get them to take free wrinkle cream? It's really easy, guys. And I make a ton of money off of offers like this. Or you can offer people a free gas gift card. Who wouldn't enter their email address for the chance to get a $100 gift card? And I make $1.80 every time someone enters their email. This is one of my favorites. Dish Network, satellite TV here in the States, they'll give me $3.50 for each person who enters their zip code on this page. Someone has to type in 5 numbers and hit enter, and I make $3.50. Or here on this health plan one, I make $4.80 every time someone enters their zip code. Now look, guys, here in the States, you may know how Obamacare came out. Now you may like Obamacare or not. It doesn't matter, because everybody needs to have health insurance. And so this is a perfect example of what I call a win-win-win situation. We get lists of email leads of people who are interested in products and services. We send them these little promotional emails. They click on them, and maybe they get an offer like this, where they get options for a good health plan that fits their needs and their budget. The health folks, they get people who are in the right areas based on their zip code who are interested in their health plans. And I get paid $4.80 every time. So everybody wins, guys. And this is really the key to this business, why the competition angle isn't important, and why it's such a good, long-term, profitable business. Everybody in this equation wins. The consumer gets presented products and services they're interested in. The company that owns the product and services gets interested parties sent to their webpage and hopefully filling out their forms so that they can follow up with them. And you, the commercial email marketer, get paid a handsome sum each time someone fills out the form. It really is great. So now that you understand what these promotions are about, let's go back and check the stats on the promotion that I sent earlier today. Let's go check the stats and see how it's going. Okay, I'm going to refresh the page here. Boom, we're up to $512 just over the course of the last few minutes. We've really started to see that number rise. And this is really what's possible, guys. This is, honestly, it's a really exciting system. I'm happy to be sharing it with you, and I'm happy so that you can see the kind of results you can get once you get it really dialed in and working. Obviously, I have it dialed in and working well because I'm making great money in a really short amount of time. And once you get it going, you can too. All right, let's jump back into the presentation. As you can see, that campaign's ramping up and making really good money just over the course of this webinar. Now, that you've seen all 3 steps of the system, what if you could automate everything and only work 20 minutes per day? You see, honestly, guys, it doesn't take that long to run this business. You got to fire up your computer, log into the system. You got to see what offer you want to select, browse that, maybe a couple minutes. You copy and paste it. You put it in an email. You send out that campaign. That takes, maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Once you get started, you can whittle it down to a lot less, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. And then you click send. And honestly, guys, it really is that simple. You log in, you search around a bit, you copy and paste, then you hit send. And then you watch the stats come in, just like we have over the course of this webinar. So PowerMail Pro actually automates 3 of these steps for you, which is really exciting. It can choose the best products to promote for you. It can write the emails for you as well. And it can even click send for you with the exciting Auto Product Pro plugin that's going to be released very soon. It's going to take care of all this for you guys. I'm so excited to release it. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it right now because it's coming really, really soon. And here's the best part. You get paid for every single click. I want to take a minute here, guys, because all of the biggest companies online, Microsoft, AOL, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, they make all their money selling clicks. When you click on one of those Google AdWords ads, Google gets paid. And so I want you to make money selling clicks as well. All right. So now that you know what Auto Product Pro can do for you on top of PowerMail Pro, there is no reason for you not to be making money online. So here's how we're going to do it. you're going to get your PowerMail Pro account. You're going to load the 5,000 leads I'm going to give you at the end of this webinar into it. You're going to be able to store all the new leads you get using the training on how to rent and buy lists. Then you're going to send your email promotions, and you're not going to have to do a thing. You're not going to have to download, install, or configure anything. We're going to do all of that for you, and you're going to start making money. Let me show you exactly how quickly and easy it is to send a campaign with PowerMail Pro. All right, let's go in and do a quick demonstration of exactly how PowerMail Pro works. This is a brand new PowerMail Pro account. There's nothing in it now except for the basic list when you get started. I wanted to show you, so I wasn't, just copy and pasting things. I wanted to actually show you how quickly this can be done. So here's what I want to ask you guys to do for me. I want you to set up your, take a stopwatch out if you have one, or just look at the watch next to you, and I want you to time just how quickly you can send a campaign with PowerMail Pro. All right, so I'm going to click Create New Campaign. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put a campaign name in. Let's just call it Test Campaign. All right, I'm going to select my PMP list. I'm not going to do a split test, but you can do split testing when you're ready. I click Create Campaign here. I'm going to go to the template gallery because the campaigns are already set to go. I'm going to put a name here, Bob, right? My email address. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to hit Next. Now, I'm going to select the standard template. It's pretty obvious which one you should start with, right? Hit Next here. And we're going to go in and we'll open the email content builder. We're going to click here. We're going to edit this. We're going to enter our content right down here. This is our sample email campaign. All right. Save that. We'll close it. And we're going to enter our text email as well. Okay. You go down here, you click Next. You can review it if you want. It's no big deal. Hit Next again, and your campaign is ready to go. Then all I would have to do to send it out live is select when for it to send. Send it now on a given date and time or repeatedly. It really is that simple, folks, to get your campaign out the door. So if you had your stopwatch on, how long did it take? What was that? Under 2 minutes, I think? Probably under 2 minutes, right? All right. So it really is super quick and easy to use PowerMail Pro. And obviously, that was just a quick view into how PowerMail Pro works. But I just wanted you to see how fast you can do it once you get comfortable. Inside our members area, we're going to have complete step-by-step training. So if you were confused by that, if you didn't follow all of it, don't worry. Because when you join and get your spot in PowerMail Pro, you are going to get step-by-step training that will give you access to everything and show you exactly what to do. Now that you've seen exactly how quick and easy it is to get a campaign out the door with PowerMail Pro, I actually have a really special surprise to share with you. You see, last year we opened up PowerMail Pro to a very select group of people that were the very first ones to join us on a webinar and to get access to this system. And tonight, I actually have a very special guest on the webinar with us. You see, one of those students actually had a breakout day for him, and he shared it with me, and so I asked him if he would join us today and share his experiences with you guys who are just learning about PowerMail Pro. So, Peter, are you there on the line? Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. So, Peter, I know, you have tried a few things online before you found PowerMail Pro. So could you just take a minute and tell us your story about how, what you were trying to do online before you found this webinar and PowerMail Pro?
Yep. Well, first I got into selling stuff on eBay, and it just wasn't worth it for me. There was not as much profit as what I thought could be made on it. So I scratched that idea. And then a couple years later, I think it was like 2011, I came across an ebook that said the money was in the list. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll give that a go. And it worked for a little bit, but it was making, $100 here, $100 there, just enough to keep me holding on for about a month. And it wasn't consistent, So I gave up on that one. And then just last year, someone emailed me. I don't remember who. I think it was random. Something called PowerMail Pro, and I'm like, all right. And I gave that a shot. And well, let's just say I'm really glad that I gave that a shot. Within like 2 or 3 days, I was making $100 to $300 each day, and then I figured out how to build on that with the training that PowerMail Pro provided. And it's like instantly. The support is instant. You send something, they tell you what to do, which is cool. And then, well, let's just say last Sunday it was, I made $1,600 in one day, and that was my milestone. That was my wow. This is what I want to do. You know, it's cool because I have $1,600 that I didn't have on Sunday. So yeah, that's pretty much how I'm here right now.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, when I saw the email from you that you had that big a day, I was really excited for you. And I know, you've been emailing us a lot, using the training, getting the support from my staff and myself. And it's really exciting to see how it's all paid off for you and you're getting the results that you were looking for. So before you had that big day, because let's be honest, that's a big day and hopefully you'll keep those going. But, but what were you, on your monthly, what were you averaging prior to that?
Well, as soon as the first month I started PowerMail Pro, I think it was like $1,200 or $1,300 within the first 3 weeks, and then I started to do that weekly. I mean, my next goal is $30,000 to $40,000 a month, which I think is pretty doable by next month. I think with the new training that you just sent me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once you learn kind of, you go through the training, you go out there and, you rent and acquire lists, you really can scale your income very quickly. And I'm excited that you've actually taken the initiative and, taken the training and put it to work for yourself. It's good to see. It's good to see because that's what I've learned, at least, from training our first group of people, is that the folks like you who went out there and actually put the training to work, got the success they were looking for. And I really, I'm glad that you were able to kind of jump on the line today and tell folks just a little bit about your story. Additionally, can you just tell folks, I want them to get an idea because I just ran through, as you saw, the demo of PowerMail Pro, kind of how quick it is to send a campaign. But, I send it super fast because I've been doing this for years. How much time do you have to spend on any given day kind of managing your business? And what are just a couple of top line things that you have to do, to do the day to day and to grow your business?
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much I wake up, whenever you wake up, I don't have to get up early because, it takes a couple minutes to work from home. I would just, you gave me the campaigns of what to send out. So a campaign would be, an email swipe, which means what you see when someone sends you in your email. I just copy and paste that right into PowerMail Pro and hit send. And, you put your link in there, hit send, boom. And now it sends out to all the leads that PowerMail Pro gives you as soon as you sign up. So by tomorrow, you could be making more money than you will at your day job, doing absolutely 5 minutes of work a day. Realistically, it's 5 to 20 minutes a day at the most.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good summary of how easy it can be. And, I want to tell folks that we really pride ourselves on our support and trying to help each and every one of our students kind of, get the success that they're looking for. And the folks, it's all about putting that support and the training that we give you into use and actually using it with the system. And you've done such a great job of that. And it's so exciting to see you, get those results. And the breakthrough days, like a $1,600 day, like you mentioned, are really pretty cool. So, other than that, is there anything else that you think folks should know about PowerMail Pro? Or, do you think we pretty much covered it?
Pretty much what I can say is you can put your money into any, program out there, but you will not have the results that PowerMail Pro has and the support, that Bob gets back to you within 24 hours, if not sooner, and answers your question and helps you on your way. There's no excuse to not make money with this. That's what I'm trying to say. So if I were you and you want to be like me making $1,600 on a Sunday night, I'd go with PowerMail Pro over any other system out there.
All right. Awesome. Peter, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. And B, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day, which actually doesn't sound that busy to,
No, Jeopardy's about to be on.
whoa, my bad. All right. So I can't get between you and that. So we'll let you go. But thanks again. I really appreciate it, man. Have a good one. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So, I want to thank Peter for joining us, and I just wanted him to kind of jump on the line today to give you guys a little idea of what's possible with Paramount Pro. Now, I want to be very clear here. Throughout this whole presentation, I've been really straight up with you, and I think that's the only way to run a business. And you need to understand that I'm not guaranteeing you the results that Peter gets. Peter has gone out there and worked really hard at setting up his business and following the instructions and the training that we provide. He's taken it seriously because this is a serious business. And if you take it seriously as well, it's possible for you to get similar results. That being said, if you don't take it seriously, if you don't go through the training, if you never email us for support, you won't get the same results. And I'm going to tell you that straight up. But it is possible. He's one of our success stories. I'm really proud of him. And I hope that you will be one of our success stories as well. All right. Thanks again, Peter. I really appreciate you taking the time to be on this call with us. So now let's hop back and check the stats on our campaign one more time. Let's see how it's going. All right, I'm going to hit refresh here, even though the page really does refresh by itself. And I am up to $768, guys. And this is just today, just since I started this webinar. That's really great money. Even for me, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good for, less than an hour's work, whatever the case may be. So let's hop back in the presentation. We're going to keep going. I've got some really exciting info for you, and then we'll check back here just a little bit later and see how it did. All right. Now that we've checked back in on the campaign and see that we're still making more and more money, I've got a little bad news to share with you. I don't know if you're going to be able to get into Paramount Pro because you see, this is a very limited offer. We only have 15 positions available. And this is not some false scarcity, guys. I got to be really clear with you here. When you sign up with Paramount Pro, my team has to go out and buy a server for you. I've got to spend a lot of my tech's time setting up the server for you, and that's not cheap. Then we got to go out and buy your fresh, unique leads that are just for you. Load them up into your server and then configure everything so that's ready to go. Then, after everything's actually ready to go, I'm committed to giving you the absolutely best support possible. And that takes a lot of time and effort. And I can't add hundreds and hundreds of people all at once. I can't buy servers that quickly, can't set them up that quickly, and I can't support people that well if I have hundreds and hundreds of people. So I can only add 15 people at a time. And I don't know when we're going to open this back up. So if you're excited, if you want to get your spot in Paramount Pro, now is the time to take action. So get ready, because I'm about to share with you exactly how you can get your spot. But first, I want to talk about our guarantee. You see, we give you a real guarantee. We give you the guarantee that you will make money with this system. But we do not offer refunds. Because the reality is, guys, it costs us a ton of money to buy your leads, to get your server, to set up your mailing system, and to have my team of experts tune it all for you, and then for me to take my personal time out to support and coach you and get you successful with this system. I simply will not spend all that time and money for tire kickers. So this may not be for you. If you're a tire kicker, this is not for you. This is for people who are serious, who see the potential in the system, and want to make a really good living online running this business. But what we do guarantee is that I will work with you and give you all the support and service and leads you need until and after, honestly, you make money. I want you profitable. That is my number one goal. Because you see, guys, I'm not opening this up for no reason. I've got a really, really exciting plan I'm going to share with you right about the end of this webinar. But first, I want to tell you exactly what you get when you sign up for Paramount Pro. You're going to get your 5,000 leads so that you can quickly hit the ground running and start sending campaigns and making money. you're going to get the PowerMail Pro software. So it's going to be super easy for you to send those campaigns, just like you saw. It's quick and easy to get those campaigns out the door, and you don't need to do any of the tech support. You're going to get the Auto Product Pro plugin as soon as it's released. That'll automate all 3 steps of the system. You're going to get my dedicated email delivery system. This is a highly tuned system that's going to allow you to get your emails into people's inboxes so you get the best response possible and make the most money possible. You're going to get my 24-hour system monitoring management. I have a pro team that takes care of my system, and now they'll take care of your system as well so that you never have to worry about anything tech related. It'll all run on autopilot for you. Additionally, you're going to get my 13 hours of high-end step-by-step video training. So you can learn exactly how I run my business day in, day out, and how you can run your business as well. Also, you're going to get guaranteed acceptance into affiliate or CPA networks so you can get all the promotions you need to send in your emails. No problem. I'm going to help you every step of the way with that. You're also going to get my list of proven offers so that you know what to send. And you're going to get 100 of my most effective email promotions. So you can just copy and paste the text and get sending right away. But I have a really special bonus for you, because everyone who signs up today, you're going to get a list of 10,000 leads. I'm not just giving you 5,000 leads, guys. I want to double that. I want to give you 10,000 leads to get started. How many of you on the call right now have a list of 10,000 leads already? Nope. No. Yeah, not at all. 2,000. Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's not bad. That's a good start. No. I want my list, please. Yes. All right. As you can see, this list is going to be tremendously valuable for you. It's going to be how you start your business. And guys, you could easily end up spending $1 per lead if you went out and tried to build a list this big on your own. So you're actually getting $10,000 worth of leads here, guys. And I'm including it absolutely free when you get your spot in PowerMail Pro today. How much does it cost to get started? Well, PowerMail Pro has a one-time setup fee of $14.97 that puts you behind the wheel of this system. That gets you your servers, your leads, the entire setup process done for you, and all the support. And keep in mind, if you go out there and try to do this yourself, it's going to cost you $10,000 plus just to get set up with servers and software. And that's without my team behind you helping you or without any training. I've spent over $25,000 to get a system like this set up, and I'm doing it for this unbelievably small fee for you because I want to see people become success stories so that you can join in and be successful with me in my grand plan, which I'm going to share with you in just a little bit. I've done all this work for you, and I built this system so that people can get started with it quickly and easily. But that's not all. Every month, you're going to get 100 leads per day, or around 3,000 leads per month, so that you constantly have fresh leads to send your promotions to, so you can continually make more and more money. And that number goes up, guys. So your first month, you'll have 10,000 leads, and month 2, you'll have 13,000 leads, and then 16,000 leads, and so on and so forth. You're going to get unlimited usage of PowerMail Pro. You can log in, you can load up as many lists as you want, and you can send your 1 million emails per month, but you're not limited to the number of campaigns or anything else. You have a lot of flexibility. Other services limit you on the number of lists you can have or the number of leads you can store. The only limit we have is the number of emails you actually send. And we can work on raising those limits for you anytime you need. You just let me know. You're also going to get unlimited usage of the Auto Product Pro system. You're going to get my built-in lead quality control system, so you're only emailing the absolute best leads. And this is really important, guys, because when it comes to email marketing, you only want to email real people who are interested in your product or service. And the system helps you do that quickly, easily, and on autopilot in the background. You're also going to get my ongoing email delivery system maintenance, so that you can maintain your reputation and your ability to get your emails into the inbox, so that you can get them read and clicked on and make money from them. This is really important, guys. And this is what trips up a lot of people who are trying to get started in this business. They don't actually have a team like I do that keeps them in good shape. And finally, you're going to get my ongoing system management and improvements. The reality is, guys, this is the system that I use to run my business day in, day out. I'm always working on it. I'm always improving it. And when those improvements come through, I'm going to share them with you so that you can benefit from them as well. All of that you get every single month for the low monthly cost of just $297 a month. And remember, guys, you're getting 3,000 additional leads every month included in this price. and the usage of the software. So your second month, you're going to have 13,000 leads. Your third month, you're going to have 16,000 leads, and so on and so forth. And those are just the included leads, not the leads you go out there and get yourself and load up and, are able to mail to. This really is a tremendous deal, guys. There is no software anywhere in the world like this at this type of price. Now that you know how much it costs, now's the time to get your spot. To get your spot, I want you to go to this page right now. Leave this webinar running in the background. Go to signupforpmp.com. And here, I'm going to send out the link right now. And so the important thing here, guys, is that we really do have limited spots. There are a ton of people on this webinar, and the spots will go quickly. Click the link, get your spot right now. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to answer all of your questions. Now that some of you are going and getting your spots, before we jump into questions, I have one more really important slide. It's going to be one of the most important ones to you. The number one question I'm asked before we get into any of the other questions is, how fast can I make back my initial investment? Or how fast until I start making money? And you know what? That's a really fair question, guys. But it's not nearly as easy to answer as you would think. You see, if you've understood what I've been talking about today, I'm offering you guys a real business here, a chance to build a real business, not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not going to tell you that you can make $1 million overnight, or that you're going to make $1,000 a day starting tomorrow. That's just not who I am. And if that's what you're looking for, well, best of luck to you. It's probably not going to work out, to be perfectly honest. I've been down that path looking for all that stuff, and it didn't work out for me. I only started to see real success when I decided to build a real business. And being a commercial email marketer is a real business, folks. You look out there at all the biggest companies in the world, they make the most money off of email marketing, and you can be one of them. So, when will you make your money back? Well, it really depends on if you take what I give you and actually implement it. So, if you go out there and you go through the 13 hours of training we give you, you set up your PowerMail Pro system. Actually, we set up your PowerMail Pro system for you, which takes 1 to 2 business days. We got to order your server, order your leads, and then my team's got to go in there and set everything up for you. Once your system's ready, you can start mailing. And so you should start mailing day 1. Your first goal is going to be to hit $10 a day. And honestly, folks, it's really easy to do. I can't promise how quickly you're going to do that, though. And you know why? Because I don't know how much work you're going to put in. And I saw this in the previous group of people that joined PowerMail Pro last year. I worked with everybody who wanted to work the system. Anyone who sent me emails, I replied right away. Anyone who needed advice, I gave them the best advice possible based on my years of experience. And the folks that use the system have seen fantastic results. But there's some people who didn't reach out to me. Some people who didn't ask questions. Some people who didn't send one campaign a day. It takes 5-10 minutes to do. Those folks, I don't know what results they got. Maybe they didn't get the results they wanted. They haven't gotten in touch with me to tell me about it. A lot of them are still paying for the software, and I see campaigns in their system, and they may be doing just fine. But I know the folks that really reached out, took advantage of all the support that I'm offering, got great results. And so that's what I can tell you, is that if you take advantage of the system, all the tools and training and support that you need are available for you to make your money back quickly and easily. But you've got to take advantage of the system. You've got to get your spot now. And you've got to actually use the software when you get it. Simple as that. So, here is where you go to get signed up with PowerMail Pro. Go to that link, fill out the form at the bottom of the page, and complete your order. All right? Once you do that, you're going to be all set to go. We're going to get your server up and running in 24 to 48 hours, 1 to 2 business days. We'll get you access to all the training materials, and we'll give you our full undivided support until you are successful. So go to that link right now, get your spot, and we'll see you on the other side. Now that we've gone through the entire presentation here, I want to take a bit of time and I want to answer as many of your questions as possible. So give me 1 second. I'm going to reset the screen, and then we're going to go through and answer your questions. Okay. So, So we've got 15 spots left, and you're going to go to signupforpmp.com to get started today, and to get one of those spots. We'll check, and I'll try to give you guys a countdown as the spots are taken. I know they're going to go really quickly. All right. You know what? Why don't we do one thing before we jump into questions? Let's check the stats again, huh? All right. I'm going to refresh the page here. And boom, I broke $1,000. I was excited because I was hoping this was going to happen. So, over the course of this webinar, in just about an hour, I have made $1,072. And guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. These results are not the results you're going to get day one when you start with this system. But I'm showing you this not to brag, not to, fill your head with false hope. What I want you to understand is that this is what's possible once you get the system working for you. And to get it working for you, you've got to sign up and get your spot today. Because I don't know when we're going to open up more spots. And honestly, if you want to make this kind of money, you need to start now. Saying you're going to start some other time in the future will not get you these type of results. You've got to start now. You've got to be serious about it. You've got to dedicate yourself to building a business online, following the instructions I give you, and taking everything step by step. And as you go through the steps, you're going to start seeing results, making money. And as you build your business, you're going to be able to get results like this. This is all made with the exact same system that you are going to get access to. Same system, same source for the leads. Everything is going to be the same. And this is an offer that I will recommend that you use to new members. So I've made over $1,000 in under an hour. And the reality is that's a big number. And I know what I'm doing, and I have a huge list. But what if you could just make 10% of that? What if you made $100 in an hour? What would $100 in a day change in your life for only, 15, 20 minutes of work a day? That's $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. I don't know. That's like an extra person in your household with a job, isn't it? That is money that makes a real difference. And that's only getting 10% of the results that I get. Now that you've seen the stats, you know where to go to get your spot. So let's switch back there. Here we are. And that's the link you go to get your spot. I want you to go now, sign up real quick. You can leave this webinar running in the background, go to your web browser. I'm not going to be really putting anything new on the page, so don't worry about missing anything. You can just keep listening as I go through, and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. So if you have a question, please send your question in with your name and email address next to it. I'm the only one who sees the questions, and if you put your name and email address next to it, if we don't get to answer your question live on the webinar, I'll follow up with you and I'll get you an answer to your questions. And if you have anything that you want to spend a little bit more time or write a longer question that fits in that little chat box, just send me an email at bob@thesecretwebinar.com. I really enjoy talking to each and every one of you. And so if you have any questions, just send the emails there. But if you wait too long, guys, you may not get a spot. So go to the link, get your spot now, and just keep this webinar open in the background and keep listening. Okay, let me see what questions that are coming in. All right. So, all right, a few good questions here. Great, guys. Thank you for your input. Okay, so the first question is, can we add our own leads to the system? And the answer is yes. That's a very good question. We want you to add your own leads to the system. So if you already have a list, you can absolutely add it to the system. And my whole team will take care of the whole uploading process for you, making sure it's properly formatted. We make it really easy for you to add leads to the system. Additionally, we give you full training on how to go out there and get more leads so that you don't have to rely just on the leads we provide you. You can get even more and get bigger and bigger lists even faster if you want to scale your business. And we want you to do that. That's really what we encourage everyone to do, is go out there and really build their business. Okay, let me see what the next one is. Give me 1 second here. I'm scrolling through quite a few, guys. Okay. Oh, there's another question about leads, and this is a good one. What type of leads do we get? And are they only ours? Are they, okay, I guess you mean, are they unique? So yes. So guys, here are the different types of leads that are out there. Chances are, if you're asking that question, you know about how there are different markets online. And the more specific the leads you get are, if you're trying to target specific things to them, the match that it matches up is better. But the reality is, guys, you don't need to get super specific, or super niche is what they call it. A niche market is a small market. The reality is niche markets have less money available in them, and you want your piece of the pie. So you want to go after big, wide open markets. And so that's why when I showed you the ridiculous money offers, all those examples, they were all examples of offers that you can send to just about anybody and make good money from them, because almost anybody is willing to sign up for those type of offers, whether it's a free gift card or, health insurance. These are things that everybody needs. So we provide you with general market leads, very high quality general leads, people who've been proven to click on these type of email promotions. So you have the best chance of attracting them and getting them to click on your promotions and buy product and services or sign up for things from the links you send them to. And that's when you get paid. So we provide you with general leads, so you're not stuck just promoting small niche objects to people. You can promote big general money, ridiculous money offers to them. So I hope that helps. Additionally, your follow-up question, yes, all of the leads are unique. So if you sign up and get your spot right now, you're going to get your 10,000 leads to start. The next person who signs up is going to get 10,000 completely different, unique leads. There's going to be no overlap between your lists. And the reality is, guys, if there was overlap, it wouldn't matter. Like I said earlier, competition does not matter in email marketing, because if you send an email, let's say 9 a.m., and I send an email at 11 a.m., they're both going to end up in that person's inbox. Where chances are we're never going to be sending the same subject line and the same email and the same offer on the same day at the same time. So people scroll through their inbox and they click on what they're interested in. So we're not competing with each other. We're just both offering something to the user. If you send an email, it doesn't cost me more money to send an email. So if you have like a competition wary mindset, this is a great business, because competition cannot hurt you. And that is huge for me. And I hope you understand how big it is for you as well. Okay, keep sending in those questions, guys. Let me, I'm going to check on my phone here to see what we are going. I'm checking the orders to see how many have gone through. And, oh, wow. All right. We've got 2 fresh orders that came in. All right, so 2 spots have been taken of the 15. So we are now down to 13 spots left. Those folks are really quick on the draw. So go to that page, get signed up, get your spots now. These spots are going to run out by the time I'm done answering all these questions. I'm sure of it. So, okay, let's see what the next question is. All right, this is a great question as well. Are there step-by-step instructions? And the short answer is yes. I've spent a tremendous amount of time developing a members area that provides you guys both with the educational training about what to do and why you're doing it, and then how to do it, and then step-by-step video training showing you exactly how to get your first campaign out the door. I show you exactly over my shoulder, watching me do it in short, quick, concise videos, how to send your campaigns, because that's obviously the most important thing. If you don't send campaigns, you won't make money. So we provide you step-by-step instructions on how to do that, and anything else you need. I'm constantly shooting videos to share with members so that they can profit from them. And anything you need, chances are, if you ask me a question that you need step-by-step instructions for something very particular or unique, I can get it done for you, no problem. We're here to support you, and I'm here to help you out, and we'll give you step-by-step instructions for doing absolutely every step of this business. All right, so let's check the stats one more time. Loading my email up here. Okay, great. We got a couple more sales that came in. Now they're starting to come in a little quicker. Folks are finishing out the checkout form. Okay, so let's do a few more questions. Okay. Someone's asking about competitors. And that's a really fair question. Who competes with PowerMail Pro? Well, the reality is nobody. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you remember earlier in the webinar, I told you about the various email marketing services that you've probably seen out there. They're like mom and pop email marketing services, I like to think about. If you got a small business and you have a flower shop and you want to collect a few leads on your website, an opt-in page, sure, that's fine. You use Aweber or GetResponse or iContact. I even use GetResponse for simple opt-in forms because that's not what PowerMail Pro is for. PowerMail Pro is for sending large volume commercial email marketing campaigns to lists that you've acquired or rented. And those other services simply won't let you do that. Now, there are other commercial email marketing platforms out there, and I've gone through and used almost all of them. And the reason I built PowerMail Pro is because all of them are extremely expensive. They're priced for corporations, or they require a tremendous amount of technical expertise. So they require you to really know how to use servers and set up domains and IP addresses and all of this stuff that honestly I wouldn't wish upon anybody. It's a huge pain in the butt. It took me a really long time to learn myself, and then a long time to train and find a team that could do it for me. And my team is very expensive, but they're very, very good at what they do. And when you sign up and get your spot today, they'll be working for you as well, and you will not have to worry about any of the technical issues. One competitor I've seen out there, basically, if you've seen another webinar that's similar, chances are it's from somebody who copied us. We've been out a really long time, and we simply haven't opened up a lot of spots. Like I said, our spots are really limited. And I have seen someone out there who copied us and has been, promoting a product that may sound similar to PowerMail Pro, but is nowhere nearly as good. And so I'm not going to name names, and I don't want to talk about them any further, but suffice it to say, PowerMail Pro is the original and by far and away the best service out there. And you know what? We pride ourselves on our customer support, which is something I've heard may not be the case with other competitors out there. And so for the price point for getting into commercial email marketing, PowerMail Pro is the only option. If you have $10,000 to spend to get started, email me and I'll send you a link to other systems that you can start with $10,000 and, anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 a month. And really, if that's the level you're on, I'll help you get set up with that. I want this to be as educational as possible. But chances are you don't want to spend $10,000 up front. And so I made PowerMail Pro as absolutely as affordable as possible. You're simply covering the cost of getting you up and running so that we can give you a really powerful system, the exact same system that I use every day in my business to make a tremendous amount of money. And so you get the system and the training and the support, all for what's a very, very, very reasonable price in comparison to anybody even closely similar to what PowerMail Pro can do for you. Okay, so that answers that question. I'm going to check the stats one more time. Let's see where we're at. Oh, wow. Okay, 3 sales just came in. Now they're picking up steam as people have gotten their questions answered, it seems. We're down to 8 spots left. So let's answer a few more questions while we still have time. Let's see, what else do we got? Just keep sending your questions in, guys, any questions you have, and we'll answer them for you. Okay, wow, okay, this is actually an excellent question as well. Someone just asked, what about can spam compliance? And I am really glad you asked that question, because that may be a really big concern that some people have, that if you're sending large volumes of email, it's quote-unquote spam. Spam's the dirty word, the elephant in the room. Well, I'm here to tell you that what we're doing is 100% not spam, it is 100% legal, and 100% compliant with all U.S. laws and regulations. Now, I can't guarantee compliance for other countries. I'm not a lawyer. So what I can do is, if you're in another country and you're worried about this, and honestly, you probably shouldn't be because the U.S. has the toughest spam, email marketing regulations, you'll probably be just fine. You should absolutely just get your spot. If you have reservations, just email me at bob@thesecretwebinar.com, and I will I'll look it up and I'll see what I can find information-wise on you to make sure that you are all set. So get your spot now, and let's discuss can spam compliance. So can spam is the law that regulates email marketing in the United States. And if you actually listen to it, it says can spam. That means you can actually send commercial email marketing emails. You just need to follow a few simple rules. And some of it's a little bit technical. I'm not going to dive in and go through all of it right now. But the things that you need to know are really simple. Basically, you need to be a good marketer. So that means you need to offer a way for people to opt out or unsubscribe from your email list. Simple enough. Paramount Pro forces you to include an unsubscription link at the bottom of every email. You cannot send an email that's not compliant. Second, you need to offer people a physical way of getting in touch with you to unsubscribe. And it sounds funny, right? But if you look at almost any email in your inbox that isn't a personal email, chances are there's an unsubscription link at the bottom and a full mailing address. Now, I know when I read this, I was like, who is going to send a letter to get unsubscribed from a mailing list when there's an unsubscribe button right there? Well, the reality is, about once a month, I get a letter in the mail that says, please unsubscribe me from your mailing list. And guys, unsubscriptions are simply part of the business. What you're doing is offering people products and services who you think are interested in them. If they're not interested in them and they want to unsubscribe, you have to respect their unsubscribe. And that's just part of doing business. It's not a big deal. It's not something to get emotional about. Someone wants to be unsubscribed, I'm happy to unsubscribe them. You know why? Because I don't want to send people email they don't want to receive. So you give them the link, you give them the physical address, and then you follow a few other rules and regulations that we cover in depth in the training that are really easy. The technical parts, we take care of all of them for you. And then it's just a matter of what email address you send things from, and we help you set that all up so it is 100% compliant and so that you can mail as much mail as you want. Simple as that, folks. So yes, that's a great question. I want to thank you for asking it. But the simple answer is everything you do with Paramount Pro is 100% compliant. Okay. So let's see another question. Actually, I'm going to check the stats real quick here. One sec. Okay. Oh, another 2 sales came in, guys. We are down to 6 spots. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a good question. What else do I need to get started? And so with Paramount Pro, what you're going to get is you're going to get full access to my email marketing software that I built for my personal business, Paramount Pro. You're going to get full training on how to use it and how to build your own commercial email marketing business. You're also going to get 10,000 leads to start and then 3,000 leads a month. So you're going to have and on top of that, you're going to get guaranteed acceptance into affiliate networks and recommended offers to mail. So you're going to have everything you need to get started mailing. The only thing you're going to need to add to that is a simple domain name or a non-free email address. We recommend you get your own domain, but you don't have to. You can simply get a non-free email address. What do I mean a non-free email address? Well, you can't use a free email address like Gmail, AOL, Hotmail, whatever the case may be, when you send your emails. You can use it when you sign up with us. Don't worry about that. But when we actually set up your server and everything, we need an address that is not a one of those addresses. If you send with one of those, you won't get the delivery you want. You won't get the results you want. So you're going to need, usually the way people do it is they set up their own domain and a simple hosting account. You don't need anything fancy, nothing expensive. A domain costs $11. And to be perfectly honest, guys, I would buy the domain for you just because it would make everything easier, but I'm actually not allowed to buy it for you. You need to own the domain that you are sending emails from. That's just one of the compliance rules, and we go over all that in the training. It's very simple. We'll help you every step of the way get set up with it so you won't have to worry about anything at all. So yeah, that's the only other thing you need other than what's provided with your purchase today of Paramount Pro. So go to the link, set up your account now, get started, get your spot because they honestly will be going quickly. Okay, let me check the number of spots again. Oh wow, okay, so 3 sales came in, so we're down to 3 spots. I think people are definitely getting their questions answered and filling out the form. It's great. I'm really excited to work with the 12 folks so far who have signed up. This is it's gonna be a good class, I can tell. The questions you guys have been sending in have been excellent. Okay, so let me find another question here. I'm just scrolling through. Give me a second. Okay, I kind of answered this before, but let me address this one again because it seems to have come up a couple times. Will this work on my phone? Someone's asking, or will this work on Windows? And the answer is yes. Basically, all you need is a web browser and the ability to copy and paste, and occasionally open a zip file. for the occasionally opening a zip file, it is easier to do on a Mac or a PC. That's just the honest truth of it, guys. Opening a zip file on a phone requires you to get a special app to open zips. If you need to run this business 100% from your phone, I can help you. I can point you in the right direction. But what I recommend to most people is at least you use a public PC once a week, if need be, to do kind of the stuff that's really only PC centric, and then you can easily run the rest of it from your phone. When I travel, I barely even use my laptop. I always bring it with me because I think I'm going to use it. The reality is I do about 95% of what I need to do on my phone. And it's pretty simple and easy. I've got an iPhone 6 Plus. It looks great, but I did it for years on an iPhone 5. Heck, I even did it on the iPhone 3, I think, with a smaller screen. The 4, I guess. But yeah, the reality is you can absolutely run this business from a phone, but there will be some work which will require a PC. It's not particularly complicated work, and we give you the step-by-step directions, but you're going to want to take the time at a PC. It'll just take you much longer on a phone, to be honest. You can do it. It'll just be more of a pain. Who wants that, right? So hope that answers your question. I saw another sale come in, so we are down to 2 spots left, folks. I'm going to answer just a couple more questions, and then if your question hasn't been answered, please just email me at bob@thesecretwebinar.com. Simple as that. Okay, can I get, let's see what's going on here. Okay, is there a limit to the emails you can send out each day? That's a good question. So your initial account with Paramount Pro entitles you to send 1 million emails per month. That's a lot of emails. The only limit daily is really based on speed, and it's actually a more technical question you would imagine. It really depends what domains the emails have on your list. But the simple answer is you can usually send about 100,000 emails a day at our standard settings. If you need to send more than that, just let me know, and I'll give you, we can alter your settings in our back end. My team will alter your settings as needed, and we can figure that out. So you can send 1 million emails a month or up to 100,000 in a single day. To start. If you want a bigger plan than that, just let us know. We scale up to significantly larger plans very affordably, but only when you need to. I could easily charge a lot more every month and give you a lot more volume, but I realize that the first big hurdle is just mailing every day and getting up to 1 million emails a day. And once you do that, 1 million emails a month. And once you do that, you're going to be making a ton of money, and you'll be able to scale up bigger, and we'll make it very, very easy for you to continue to grow your business with Paramount Pro. We want you here long term. And actually, that brings me to a great point. So one more spot just went, and I want to share kind of the reason that I'm doing this with you, because we're about to kind of sign off. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to tell you why I've actually opened up Paramount Pro. You see, I basically have been running my email marketing business for 5 years now. And I've done very well for myself. I've built this amazing piece of software, and I was basically just using it all by myself. And I realized, I could open it up to other people. But before I brought on other people, there had to be a really compelling reason for me to do so. And what I figured out was part of building this business is working with CPA networks, or affiliate networks as they are known. And those affiliate networks, they get offers. Remember those ridiculous money offers I showed you earlier? They get those offers, and basically what happens is the owner of the offer pays them a certain amount of money. So the offer owner pays to the CPA network, let's call it $5. We'll use that Medicare offer that I was talking about. Now, the CPA network then pays me, can't type today, guys, sorry. Then pays me $4.80 for each lead I generate for the offer owner. Right? And so the CPA network is keeping 20 cents of that $5 they made from the offer owner. Now, you might say, 20 cents is not a lot of money. And you're right. It's not a lot of money one time. But here's the thing, guys. I make a lot of money with this business. And that 20 cents multiplied by the number of sales I make will be a significant amount of money. But the reality is, the offer owner does not want to work with just one guy directly. Offer owners work directly with CPA networks because they want to get access to as many affiliates as possible, or as many commercial email marketers as possible. And so they go out there and they go to the CPA network, they give them the payout, and the CPA network does all the work of finding mailers just like me and hopefully just like you if you got your spot today. Now, I want to become the CPA network. I want to open up my own CPA network so that the offer owners will give me the highest payouts. Now, what does that have to do with you? Well, here's the thing. I can't do it by myself. Every CPA network starts with a core group of commercial email marketers. At the core of every single successful CPA network out there, there is a couple dozen really good email marketers that drive the vast majority of the volume on the network. And so for me to go to the offer owners and get the best payouts for me, I need to be working with a bunch of really good email marketers. And I could go out there and try to find other guys in the industry, and there are other marketers out there, and get them to sign up for my network, but they already have long-term relationships with other networks. So I decided I was going to take my software, I was going to do my training, and I was going to open it up to a few select people and actually help them become super mailers, help them become successful commercial email marketers. And then when I open up my affiliate network, hopefully you guys who've joined, who are finally become successful email marketers and have a real online business, you'll join my affiliate network so that together we can go to the offer owners and get the highest payouts possible. And I'll be opening the affiliate network not to make that 20 cents. I'll be opening it so that I make the $5 on my mail that I actually sent. And so I'm going to give you guys the best payout possible because I'm not trying to take any percentage from you. So you'll also get that $5. And I know this example isn't the most dramatic example I can make up. I can make up ones where the CPA network, where I know of, where the CPA network makes $75 and only pays out $50. But I want to show you what a real average example looks like. And so my whole goal here is to get each and every one of you that have joined me today to become super mailers, to be really successful with your businesses. And then when I open my CPA network, hopefully be like, well, Bob hooked us up. We love using PowerMail Pro. We're going to love using his CPA network as well. And I'm going to be like, and not only are you guys going to love using my network, but I'm going to give you the highest payouts possible. Now look, that isn't going to happen today or tomorrow. This is my long-term plan. Like most good business plans, you want to plan long-term in advance. But it's going to be really, really exciting when it does. And so I want each and every one of you who joined today, just keep that in mind. That's the end goal. I want to bring you guys up to my level so that we can all band together and get the absolute best payouts possible from the networks. Whew. All right, guys. Let me just clear this out here. So we've got one spot left. Now, note, I've just saw the alerts of people who attempted to buy. So some of the spots may still be available if someone's credit card didn't go through, whatever the case may be. So if you're still interested into a spot, I want you to go to the link. I want you to sign up. I want you to get your spot right now. These spots will fill up, guys. I can't stress this enough. I've only done this a couple times, and each time I've done it, the spots have sold out. And people will email me a few days later asking, can I still get a spot? What's up? Blah, blah, blah. And I can't help them because, like I said, we really cap it out for a specific reason. We can only buy so many servers, and we can only get so many leads to get everybody on board. And more important than either of those like purchase constraints is that there's only so much of my time I can dedicate to support. And I want to make sure that I don't have too many people needing support that I can't help you all. And so by keeping it at 15 members, I really am able to give you the best support possible. So get your spot, go to the link, sign up, get your spot today. You're going to get your PowerMail Pro software. You're going to get the full training. You're going to get your 10,000 leads to start. And you're going to get my full personal support to make sure you're a success with this business. Because when you're a success, you're going to be able to join the CPA network that I'm going to build, and we're all going to be able to profit with it together. See, our motivations are aligned here, guys. And that's really what this is all about. I want to teach you something really exciting. I want to show you a real long-term business in commercial email marketing. And I want to give you the tools to be successful, because if you're successful with this, I'm going to be even more successful myself. All right. I've spoken long enough. I'm getting a little hoarse. I want to thank you all so much for being on the line with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm super excited to work with every single person who signed up today. And if you didn't sign up yet, if you have a question, if I didn't get to your question, I apologize. Just shoot me an email with your question, bob@thesecretwebinar.com. I'll reply as quickly as possible. All right. Thank you so much. I look forward to working with you, and I appreciate you joining me on this webinar. Have a great day.